Hello, fellow students, and welcome to our final project multimedia presentation for Communications 101 Spring 2022. We are called the Undecided. Our group includes me, Nick, the narrator and manager. Kay and Shantae are both the coworkers. We have been tasked to find a communication or miscommunication issue and present it in any manner that we see fit. We have chosen a skit that involves two nurses, Kay and Shantae, who have been working together for close to 6 months and are relatively new on the job. The past has shown that the two work great together, but today you will see that Shantae has an issue with Kay's work ethic, teamwork, and communication as she gets distracted away from her important work. Kay and Shantae grab their breaks one at a time so they can have 15 minutes to grab a bite to eat.
Hey, good morning, Kay. I'm hungry and I was thinking of going to get something to eat before the floor got a little too crazy. Do you mind watching my patients while I'm gone?
That might be a good idea. You never know where the day's gonna go. But yeah, I will keep an eye on your floor while you go to break, and I'll just take mine when you get back.
Okay, thank you.
Shantae leaves for 13 minutes. When she comes back, she can't find Kay. The manager's on the floor due to a handful of call lights that are going off. Shantae puts her things down, then proceeds to answer the lights. And 20 minutes later, Kay shows up late.
Oh, I've been looking for you. I couldn't find you, and there were a few call lights going off. Where were you?
Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I had to take this phone call and everything seemed fine. So I went ahead and answered it because I didn't know if it was my kid's daycare calling or not. So I'm really sorry.
Well, the manager and I were looking for you even when you were supposed to be on the floor, making sure that the patients were okay and had everything that they needed in case call lights were going off.
I had to answer my phone. You could have come back when you heard the call lights going off if it was that big of a deal, um, or if it was an emergency. You work here too, you know. You keep talking about teamwork, but it seems like it's only when it benefits you that it ever matters.
Shantae and the manager look at each other as Kay seemingly gets back to work. Kay, after only 5 minutes, is standing against the wall and pulls out her phone again.
Hey, Kay, can you stop getting on your phone? I've been doing your work and mine, and it's getting really difficult. We need to work together as a team, but you've been on your phone so much today.
We have a 12-hour shift. It's not like there isn't plenty of time to do stuff. You act like I just left the floor unattended and people were dying or something. You need to chill. I had to make sure that it wasn't my kid's daycare. As soon as I was finished, I went ahead and answered the call lights. I really don't see the big deal here.
Okay, Kay, I need you to listen to me and actually work. I'm tired of you constantly being on your phone. I'm tired of constantly having to cover for you, especially when we get super busy. You keep using your phone as an excuse. It's not that serious while you're at work. You need to review the policy. Thank you.
I have children, and if something happens, I need to be available for them. I can't just ignore my phone the entire shift, especially if there's an emergency with them. Just because you don't have kids doesn't mean that you can't try to understand where I'm coming from.
Ladies, this is not the time nor place for this conversation. I would like to see both of you in my office after the shift change. Both ladies come into the office after they give a report to the oncoming shift and sit down. The actions displayed in the hallway today between you both were wrong and unprofessional. And Kay, you know the policy for using your phone while on the floor. It was in your employee handbook when you were hired. If you need to check it, you should be taking a small break to ensure it isn't an emergency.
Yes, I do, but Shantae didn't have to cause a scene in front of everyone. We already talked about it previously. I was on it for 2 seconds to make sure that it wasn't my kid's daycare after I had already answered all of the call lights.
But you're still using your phone not to do your fair share of work. You run off and I can't find you when I need help, or you do some work and then you get right back to your phone again.
You two usually work so well together. I'm sure you can find an agreement that makes sure you both are doing your work while allowing Kay to make sure her children are not having an emergency. It's important that we all work together as a team to ensure the best care for our patients. Both ladies look at each other with sad looks on their faces, and the meeting is over. After the meeting, the coworkers are walking out to their cars to find a resolution to their conflict.
Look, Shantae, I am sorry for being on my phone so much during work today. I really shouldn't be checking my phone so much during this shift, and I know it is very disrespectful not only to you, but to our patients as well. I'll change the daycare's ringtone so I know when they're trying to contact me. That way, the next time that we work, I can concentrate on helping you and our patients instead of constantly worrying and checking my phone.
I'm sorry that I flipped out on you today during our shift. I just find it really hard to work alone, especially when you're just on your phone. I appreciate you for understanding. I definitely can see how difficult it would be having children in daycare and you not knowing what's going on with them or happening at the time. It would be a great idea to change your ringtone too. That way, when it calls, it'll make it a lot easier and you'll know who's calling, especially if it's for your kids or the daycare. Hopefully, tomorrow we'll have a much better day and be focused on our work.
Yes, hopefully it is. Thank you, Shantae, for trying to see where I'm coming from, too. I really appreciate that. See you tomorrow.
Here you can see that two coworkers solved a common problem in the workplace. After Shantae expressed her feelings about how Kate was being on her phone too much, Kay listened and confirmed her feelings by trying to fix them. After meeting and talking together without distractions, both coworkers communicated clearly and effectively to ultimately solve the problem. I hope you have enjoyed our presentation. We have shown that not all teamwork starts off on the right foot. However, through communication and listening, we can solve verbal problems in the workplace and work together effectively.